I hope you're doing really well. It is sunny here, it is spring now officially, and I went for a ride the other day and was still out at 6:30, which felt pretty damn good, so yay! Anyway, what I'm doing today is I'm going to talk you through the stuff that I take with me on a road or gravel ride to fix a puncture in my tubeless tyre. This is kind of inspired by a conversation I had with Nikki, who erroneously thought that you could only repair a mountain bike tyre because she didn't know that you could get this special kind of dart for a road bike tyre. So I wanted to explain to Nikki how to repair a road tubeless tyre at the side of the trail or road, because she's meant to be doing transcontinental race. Also figured it might be an interesting one for you guys. So I'll talk you through some of the stuff that I always take in my saddlebag if I am riding my road or gravel bike with tubeless tyres. This isn't an exhaustive list by any means. There are other things I take depending on the kind of ride, like where I'm going and how long I'm staying out. I might actually take a rear, a spare mech hanger, etc, etc. But when we're talking about tubeless repairs, these are the items that I take. So I always take a CO2 canister with obviously the valve that you use to put the CO2 into your tyre. Now the reason you might want this is in case you don't manage to repair your puncture in your tubeless tyre before you lose the seal around the outside of the rim, which hopefully you will do, but just in case you don't, here is what you need. I also always take a regular pump because I just like the peace of mind of knowing that I can pump up my tyres any old time. And you know, I have been in the case, and also I have been in a situation where I used my solitary CO2 canister and I had to use a backup pump, so always take a pump as well. I also always take a spare tube and some patches just in case disaster happens and you do unfortunately have to put a tube in your tubeless tyre. But fingers crossed, if you follow these tips, you won't need to do that. Again, depending on the length of the trip, I might take some spare sealant in case I have to top up. Obviously I've got Allen keys, blah 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 blah. The other thing that is really cool that I want to show you is this. So this really cool bit of kit is called a Dyna plug. This isn't a sponsored video, I just thought you'd want to see it. And basically inside this you have got two ends for sealing different size holes in your tyre. So basically what you've got is you've got a metal pointy bit here that goes into the hole in your tyre, and on the end of said metal pointy bit there's a small bit of rubber. So if you poke the metal pointy end through your tyre and then quickly pull this device out, it will leave the rubber bit sealing the hole. As I mentioned, you've got two different ends. You've got one for really massive holes, you've got one for smaller holes, and I find this the most effective and time efficient way to repair my tyres. What I always like to do, although sometimes I mess this up, is have this really super handy and accessible. So if I notice that I've got a puncture and it's not sealing on its own, I quickly jab it with this before I lose loads of sealant, loads of air, and if you get it in time then you're not going to have that issue of your tyre unseating or unsealing itself. So do keep this handy. There's no point in having it like really tucked away in a saddlebag that's hard to access. A huge thanks to Pouch for sponsoring this video. Adverts like these help support my channel so that I can bring you more cool content to watch. So thanks to lockdown, I've been doing all my shopping online, save for the odd trip to the local bike shop or to the village shop for snacks, aka beer, and I don't like wasting time or money because both are precious. Pouch is a free desktop browser extension that searches the internet for the best voucher codes and it applies them automatically at the checkout, so you literally have to do nothing to save money. It's so worth installing. I've used it to get money off camping stuff from Millets, to get money off bike stuff. Here I am shopping for some pedals at Treads. I just add them to the basket, go to the checkout, and then Pouch automatically pops up and shows me that I can save £10. Download it for free using the link in my description. Then you add it to your browser and pin it so that you can use it whenever you shop. It works with over 3,000 different retailers, which is more than any similar kind of extension, so why not give it a go? So in order to actually show you how to use this and how to quickly repair a hole in a tubeless road or gravel tyre, I'm unfortunately going to have to make a hole in my road tyre, which isn't great. But if this all goes to plan, it will be repaired in no time and it won't give me any problems. The rubber worms in the dyno plug can stay in your tyre for the lifetime of the tyre. So hopefully if I get this right, I'm not going to have to throw the tyre away. I'm not complaining, but the bright sun is making it very hard to film. Also, everyone's mowing their lawns. Actually, I am just complaining, so let's get on with this. So, am I really going to do this? I've got my baking skewer that I use to see if my cakes are done, and I guess I'm just going to jab it into the tyre. And then I am going to grab the dyno plug and I'm going to bung it in there and try and repair it really quickly. Eek! I'm hoping I'll just need the small end because I am not making a massive hole. Let's see if it works. Will I get covered in sealant? Oh, there's a cat coming over. Don't come over! Actually, I'm just going to take my whoop band off because I don't want to get that covered in sealant. Right, shall we do it? Shall we do it? Right. So there I have a hole. Is it big enough for you to see? Look, there we go, I got a hole. There's definitely a hole. You can hear the air coming out. There we go, it's in. And then shake it around a lot to get the sealant all around there. So it's worked. That's how quickly it is. You just get your dart, shove it in the hole. Once it's in there, I would make sure that you spin the wheel around to get loads of sealant circulating and to get it around the rubber worm that you've got in there. Actually, on that note, I mean, before even using the dyno plug, I would quickly spin my wheel around and try and get the sealant to pool in the hole, because sometimes the sealant actually just works and it seals the hole without the need to plug it. Really, you want to be plugging it if it looks like it's not sealing or if it's a really, really big hole. So this little rubber worm that is now left in the tyre, can you see that? You can leave that in there and as you ride it will grind it down and grind it off, but it will stay inside the hole. Alternatively, you might find it's kind of annoying riding on a lump like that. In my toolkit when I'm on bigger trips, I tend to take a tiny pair of nail clippers and I just clip the end off. But you don't have to do that, you can just ignore it and carry on riding. Well, I'm glad that all went to plan. I have proven to you and to Nikki that you can indeed repair a tubeless road tyre at the side of the road with very, very minimal fuss. And that's what I wanted to do. So, yay, glad it worked. I hope you found this video useful or interesting. Let me know if there are any other kind of things like this that you want to see. They're quite fun for me to make, even though I kind of was a bit worried that I was going to completely ruin my tyre. But I can just carry on riding this now like nothing's ever happened to it. So that's all good. I hope you guys are well and I will see you next week. Bye.